you better tell him. I'll reset the wires.
Trick or treat. Well, that went better than expected. Hello and welcome to the Halloween episode of Cartoon Breakdown. Yes, with my upload schedule, this should have come out on Halloween. The reason for this is that Halloween is my favorite time of year, and I get to play dress up for free, and no one thinks me a weirdo. Well, more of a weirdo than usual. As a kid, I loved going out and trick-or-treating, though I never played tricks on anyone, but I did get a lot of candy. It only lasted for a month. But it was free candy, and I loved it. The best part was coming home and trading candy with my siblings for things that I liked with things that I didn't. I was a kid in the 80s, and my most fond memories were of trick-or-treating with my siblings and watching Nickelodeon cartoons for that time. From Inspector Gadget to Heathcliff, I loved watching Nickelodeon cartoons. I also loved watching cartoons, period, but that's beside the point. For those not in the know, Nickelodeon in its early days didn't have any cartoons they could call their own. As a result, they outsourced to other companies for cartoons. This led cartoons from other countries being aired in the US on Nickelodeon, from Canada, France, and most notably, Great Britain, which is where Count Duckula came from. Count Duckula was a series created by Cosgrove Hall Films. It was a spin-off series from another Cosgrove Hall Films cartoon series that aired on Nickelodeon called Danger Mouse. On Danger Mouse, Duckula was a reoccurring villain and was an actual vampire. However, instead of a taste for blood, he had a taste for television and wanted his own show to be made. He would go to great lengths to do so, and would have clashed with Danger Mouse on multiple occasions. Duckula was eccentric and overhammed with his acting, and had the power to change his look based on what he was trying to convey, often employing over-the-top gestures and bad acting and thinking he was awesome. He was zany, and the animation for him was the best I've seen for the show. Nickelodeon was so happy with the success of Danger Mouse that they wanted to co-produce a new cartoon with Cosgrove Hall Films. They were shown many concepts, but there was a picture of Duckula in Brian Cosgrove's office, and Jenny LeBron saw it and said, "That's the one I want." Production of the show commenced. The show followed Count Duckula, the latest incarnation of a long line of Count Duckulas, on his many adventures with his butler Igor and his maid Nanny. Duckula wanted fame and fortune, and was a vegetarian, wanting to eat vegetables rather than suck blood, much to the chagrin of Igor, who wanted his master to be evil. This was a result of a botched resurrection ritual where ketchup was substituted for blood by Nanny, completely by accident. The difference for Count Duckula was that Duckula was more subdued than his Danger Mouse counterpart. In many of the episodes, Igor would try to get Duckula to return to his evil roots of his ancestors, but would fail every time. There were many reoccurring foes on the show, both bizarre and supernatural in nature. But the one that stands out is Dr. Von Goosewing, the latest in a long line of vampire hunters who thinks Duckula is as evil as his previous incarnations. The voice talent consists of Count Duckula, voiced by David Jason, Igor, voiced by Jack May, Nanny, voiced by Brian Truman, Dr. Von Goosewing, voiced by Jimmy Hibbert, and the narrator, done by Barry Clayton. I've gotta say, Barry Clayton did a very good job at narration, as he did a very convincing impression of Vincent Price in front of every episode. Series 1 of the show started September 6, 1988 and ran until March 7, 1989, with 26 episodes. Series 2 started September 12, 1989 and ran until January 23, 1990, with only 19 episodes. Series 3 started October 22, 1990 and ran until January 21, 1991, with just 13 episodes. Series 4 wouldn't start to air until January 5, 1993 and ended February 16th, adding 7 more episodes to the series, making the final total 65 episodes. If you want to watch the show, unfortunately there are no streaming services that I can find as of this time. As for the DVD, there is a box set that you can buy, but it's more than $80. Plus there's others that are even higher. I do wish the show was more readily available, as it would be fun to watch the show once more. There is a revival of Danger Mouse on Netflix, and there are hints that Count Duckula is on the show, but it's not clear if Netflix is going to be spinning him off into his own show. As for me, I'm going to be heading out and trying to get more candy. Oh, and if this was your first episode of Cartoon Breakdown, welcome! I hope you liked what you saw, and I do hope you can check out my channel and please subscribe to get more episodes as they come out. I'm your host, the Animator, and this was Cartoon Breakdown, and Happy Halloween, everyone! Okay, now I need to inspect my candy to ensure that it's safe to eat. You know, I'm getting the distinct feeling that no one likes me in this neighborhood.